Hey folks, how's it going? So today's video, well, something a little bit different. That's me, always a little something different. Yeah, what I decided to do today was a bit of a lesson. I was talking about something the other day when I did a little bird drawing, and I thought to myself, well, don't know if I really conveyed to people about those things about warming up, right? Because we sometimes forget about that, right? Sometimes you attack something, you get right into it, you didn't warm up for it, next thing you know, you pulled a hamstring, right? So art's the same way. You have to kind of get the fingers, moving and that, or whatever you use. But the thing is, you sit down and do some gesture drawings, and that is what I talk about today. And to kind of get you warmed up, and that's what it's all about today. It's a little bit of a lesson. I don't normally do lessons, but I thought, you know what? I keep talking about it, and I thought, well, I should really kind of try to show you what it's all about. So that's what it is today. So watch the video, enjoy. If you don't mind hitting the old like button, bell for notification, and also subscribe, and subscribe. But have a nice day, and I'll see you at the end of the video. All right, guys. So for today, I thought I'd do something a little bit different. I was talking the other day about drawing and different ways of drawing and learning stuff, and then using the cross-hatching, right, to cause texture and looks. So I thought maybe today what I'd do is give you some of those little warm-up things that I talked about also, and that is stuff like gesture drawing. So what is gesture drawing? Well, basically what you're doing is you're only looking for the movement as quick as possible and trying to figure it out. So what I thought I'd do is I'd use my own hand as a way of showing you that, right? So something like gesture drawing is you're doing it, you're not trying to, get each little perfect line. You're just working to find out where the movement is. And that's it. Nice and simple, right? And you do it quickly, right? And then you start to find in little areas. But that's it. You don't do a lot more than that. So see, bang, hand, right? And you can keep practicing something like that. You can keep moving the hand around to a different position. So maybe say you take, 2 minutes or 3 minutes per drawing, right, to actually get an idea of how something looks. See, now this is a fist here, right, and you can see that I have the thumb out. I've curled where the fingers would be, right, and you just keep moving, right, and you don't worry about it being a perfect drawing. And it's not this wire kind of thing where you're slowly going like that and bending and bending and bending, right? That's not going to help. What you want to do is just get the feeling of it, right? The solidness of it, or how thin it might be too, right? So what you're looking for is basically just movement, right? So I'm going to move my hand again. Not the greatest things, but just something as simple as your hand right at the end of your body is easy because it's nice and simple. You don't have to get a model, right? You just simply draw quick and fast, and you keep looking to see the little spots, right? And you move around and you see you started to already develop what is going on with that hand, right? So this hand is a little bit clasped. We've got the fingernails, right? And that. And again, I'm not worried. I'm looking just basically to show what's going on. Now, see, if you were to take, say, another marker, a larger marker, then you could literally say, as you've finished it, you'd actually be able to take along and say, oh, okay, well, then that's how the hand went, right? Oh, okay, this is where the knuckle came over this way and bent over this way. And then you could start to actually see, right, that with that scratchy, fast movement that you're doing, which is called gesture drawing, right, you are actually starting to pick out the pieces, right? And it allows you that ability to be able to start to see details, right? And also get the movement of what's going on. See, so right here, with those quick little drawings there, I've suddenly figured out, right, where it is, right? So that's the thing. You can play around with it, and it helps you in developing and as I say, they're like little warm-up type things. So if you were drawing a person, say, sitting in a chair, you could literally start to go, okay, well, the person sitting in a chair, how does that look, right? And they get their arm folded over this way. Oh yeah, cool, right? And you can start doing gesture drawing as a way of what you'd call preliminary drawing for yourself. And then you'd say where the knees are. Oh, the knees coming down, right? And that also even helps you sometimes with a little bit of perspective in your drawing too, right? So you can start to see things just a little easier, right? So it's not a bad way to get the day started. You start by simply doing these little scratchy drawings. You don't worry about it being, you know, oh my gosh, the eye is there, the nose is there, oh wow. See, I've got this person sitting in the chair. I can gesture to you, right? I've made it so that you can see it. And that's what that's about, right? So I thought it'd be fun just to show you. And then the thing is that as you get better, you are able to actually look and draw and say to yourself, okay, because I can do this now with just a line and make a hand. Bang, I've got a hand, right? I've done a little guy sitting in a chair, right? I've done a fist, right? I can play around. And then the other one is contouring. Now contouring is quite different, and you're going to slow down the pace. So gesture drawing to me is kind of like you're getting up and you're doing jumping jacks. Bang, 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 really fast. And then contouring is like learning to teach yourself to breathe. So I'm just going to take something as simple as my thumb, okay? And you take along and you just take your time. Now I'm doing this actually a little faster than I need to. For contour drawing, if it takes you 15 minutes, then do it. And literally what you want to do is pretty much almost not look if you can, but it's hard, as I know it is because I do it all the time. But the thing is, you're drawing, and what you're doing is you're just finding. But with contour drawing, one of the things you want to do is you want to also be able to go over top. So again, you don't worry about perfect lines or perfect little, details. What you're worrying about is getting the feeling of the object in front of you, and that's how these things work for the contour drawing. You're just simply taking your time and drawing over. Now, see, the thing is that I can kind of get that feeling that, oh, my thumb has that kind of a curve to it, right? And it's a slow process, right? Now, I'm doing this much faster than you need to do, and actually much faster than you should be. But it helps, right, in getting things that you can start to pick out little details, stuff like that. See, there you are. I have done a thumb, right? And again, it's just the contour, learning to see something and then say to yourself, okay, how does that going to look, right? And the thing too is that you get the feeling, the three-dimensional feeling of something, not, outline just like that, right? No, that is a thumb. There it is, right? Kind of robotic, right? No, there's those little dips, little parts that come by, right? So not everything's an outline. It's not like a straight boom outline. But it also helps you when you are drawing something like that you're drawing something simple. Well, if you've done that a million times, then it makes it kind of easy to just go, oh, okay, let's see, I'm going to do a little hand here and a thumb sticking out there, right? Well, my brain remembers that stuff, and I can come back to it, and it looks like I've added, a lot of people are like, oh, look at all the detail or how you got the feeling of the hand. And in actual fact, it's just because I've done those warm-ups in the morning and got myself working at trying to make sure that happens, right? And so this morning I actually was having coffee with my buddies, and that was the first thing I did, was I just started drawing. And this morning I was really into drawing cartoons for some reason. So cartoons, right? Easy, simple little cartoons, right? And I did a bird, right? Right? But because I have practiced this contour drawing and that, and the gesture drawing, right? That my little cartoon comes together quite quickly. It doesn't take very much, right? And I start thinking, and my brain's thinking, right, about those little lines, right? And I'm not having to sit and go, oh my gosh, I wonder how that looks, or whatever, right? I can start to play around with things. So what you're doing is you're making it easier for yourself. Time that you're sitting down to draw. You're going to sit down and you're going to draw, and you're going to say to yourself, okay, well, now these are things that I remember, right? And you can start to feel pretty decent about the fact that you can make different sizing, different shapes and stuff like that. So that's all it was. I just thought today would be fun just to kind of show you like how, you know, you can look at something and you take it in gesture drawing. Well, gesture drawing, you wouldn't even do those lines. You wouldn't even do that. You would just simply say, oh, this is the head, right? That would be the head. Oh, there's the neck, right? But then when you come to gesture drawing, you're going to take your time, but feel it, you know, almost kind of like Braille, you know, like the Braille gives a language to a person, so they put their fingers across, right? Well, you're taking your pen and going across whatever that object is. So if it was a nose, you start to draw and you go, oh, okay, well, wait a minute, the nostril goes around like that. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a nostril, right? And then there's that little piece of flesh that goes around it. And then, oh, we're coming down to a lip, right? And now, see, again, I'm not worried about this being this great drawing. What I'm doing is I'm feeling it, so I'm getting an idea. And then as time goes by, you can do these out of your head. And that's the thing, is a lot of people will say to me, they say, well, I can draw something if I look at it. Well, if you've done enough of these type of things, you should be able to say to yourself, okay, I'm going to draw a face. Well, okay, I'm going to do a face right now. Now I'm going to do it in my nice clean line situation, right? Watch, I'll just go, boom. Nose comes out like that. Oh, come in, lips. Right? Like the cutout silhouette that they tell you not to do, but you can actually do it pretty quickly. And that's because you've done a lot of those little warm-up things, right? So I sometimes kind of forget when I say, you know, oh, I'm self-taught, but I picked up a lot of stuff that I've listened to other people say and other things, that, you know, in books that they've told you to do, and use those practices, right? And as you draw, the easier it is for you to, you know, be able to pick up those little things. And then you can play around with distortion. You can also play around with, you know, trying to make sure it looks good, right? Like I said, the gesture drawing is to warm up, to get yourself motivated. The contour drawing is basically to allow you to get a feeling of what's in front of you, the depth of something, right? Because not everything is straight and flat in front of us, right? Unless that's the look you're looking for. So there you are. And even then too, like if you're drawing something and it's going to be like a kind of a flat look, and somebody said to you, okay, draw a bottle, right? Well, I'm going to draw a bottle. Now, as flat as this is, it has a feeling of depth to it. Now, if I do this, boom, all of a sudden you see the paper that wraps around and maybe the little initials that might be on it, right? You start to see those things and you've added more depth to your picture, right? And then as time goes by, oh, textures, right? But really, to be honest, it's just some nice simple lines. And then next thing you know, you start adding some shadows. And next thing you know, you've got a full picture. And again, it's a nice flat bottle situation, but I can kind of give it a three-dimensional feel by just adding a few little extra lines and that. And next thing you know, because you've done those contour things, right? So, like I say, take a bottle, take a pen, your hand, right? And see, all together, I have created and broken down thing too. That's the other thing too, is that you're breaking down. So don't try to do complete pictures all the time. I do that for you guys when I'm doing my videos, but if I'm going to sit down and do a painting that I need to do, or somebody's asked me to do something, and I need to make sure that it looks the way they want, then I have to break it down. And then that way, when I go and attack it as a full picture, I have all the little pieces. Bring them all together. So anyways, not something I normally do. If you guys like me talking and drawing like this type of thing, please let me know. But there you are. I think that's kind of covered me for today, in the sense that yeah, I thought, you know, just kind of pass on some of the stuff that I do all the time, because what you do sometimes is you just see me drawing a picture. Boom, I sit down and draw the picture. But this way, it's like, how did I get to that point? Right? So for yourselves, it's a great way to kind of keep your brain working, and then also being able to repeat those situations, right? You know, some of the best artists in the world, man, some of their little sketches are some of the coolest things in the world to look at. Yeah. So there you are. Okay? Thanks, guys. So there you are, folks. A little lesson. You know, some hopefully, I'm hoping anyways, that to show you how to improve your drawing, right? I think it helps a lot. And to be able to get your brain and your hands to see the same thing, you know? Because basically, when you draw and you paint and that, it's all an illusion. It's kind of interesting, right? Because you take a pencil and you can make it look like, or let people know, hey, this is what I'm thinking or seeing, or, you know, conveying a feeling, right? But how do you get there? Well, sometimes you got to do little warm-ups. And so that's what today is all about. Little warm-ups to just kind of get the day started, to kind of make you feel good, right? You know, you could go for a little walk, right? That's, oh, you know, body's starting to energize and stuff like that. Well, you got to do that with drawing sometimes, and that, or painting, right? You have to kind of sit down and kind of find the flow and, you know, make it so that things can happen, right? Because a lot of people will just say, well, how do you do that? Or how can you just start drawing and make it look exactly the way it's supposed to be? Well, no, it's not that easy. I have actually done a lot of prep work, as they say, in the sense of, you know, drawing. You know, to be honest, I actually think that I'm going to have to start doing a little bit more, to be honest. I think I need to work a lot more on drawing in that, just because it's a technique that if you let it go, it doesn't look as good, you know. So you gotta keep keeping it warming, keeping it going, keeping it flowing, right? So that's today. Okay, guys. So thanks very much for watching. Oh, and I'm going out later to do some filming on the new channel. So I thought I'll just mention that one more time, because I'm kind of getting excited and happy about it. And if you notice my cool shirt, that is a water snake. Oh, I moved the whole camera there. Yeah, water snakes. Love water snakes. So that's actually one of the things hopefully we're going to go and see today. And that is because of snakes and coffee. And I will definitely be promoting that. And we will definitely be having that channel popping up. But I don't know when, but soon. Okay, guys? Maybe not soon. It might be a good month or two. Who knows? Anyways, when we're happy and we feel that we're going to give you something good, we're going to be showing you those videos. But in the meantime, keep watching these videos on art, because that's something else that I do that I love to, and I love to share it with folks like you. Wow, it sounds like a song. Dun, 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 dun. Oh. Stop it, Paul. Please, please stop it. Okay, guys, it's okay. I will stop it. All right. So, as I've always said, be cool like a big bull moose. And remember to wear your pants.